First, at the onset, I'm going to make this clear. I didn't watch Donald Trump's little speech about how the election was rigged against him. Well, how he claims the election was rigged against him 6 years ago. I didn't watch it because I can't even stand the sight of the man. I can't watch it because, quite honestly, my brain is too delicate to take this stupidity that Trump keeps pushing out. Other people have watched it, analyzed it, and it was what I thought it was. Just a few high points that they analyzed. He laid a groundwork to challenge the midterms. He claimed our elections were compromised, clearly setting up the justification to damper the results before a single vote has even been counted. We're months away from the midterms, and already he's pushing the idea that the election is going to be rigged against him if he loses. He said that he wants to correct vulnerabilities, his words, correct vulnerabilities in our election. In English, he says he told you exactly how he plans to interfere with the election. He contradicted himself in real time on China. Believe it or not, he claimed that China was working to influence and undermine confidence in him, not the elections, but in him. Donald, you already have undermined confidence in this country. China might have had something to do with it, but you already did that by yourself. And here's the best part. He claims that China directly interfered in the 2020 election, this time by getting journalists to write bad stories about him, because China was supposedly wanting Biden to win since Trump was wise to them. His words, wise to them. He also said that he found burn bags from the Obama administration full of supposedly incriminating material without saying what the material was. Now he's just making shit up, basically throwing ketchup at the wall, praying that it sticks to it. He said that urgent measures are needed to stop our elections from being hacked, citing Maduro and his rigged machines in Venezuela in the 2020 election as evidence. You do realize that people have lost their law licenses, and a television network that actually supports you had to pay millions of dollars because of spreading that lie. He attacked networks for not airing him live, accusing them of being part of the conspiracy to rig elections, and even, of course, suggesting they should lose their broadcast licenses. So you're saying that ABC and NBC, CNN, and other networks who didn't show your bullshit fest deserve to lose their licenses because they don't want to transmit your lies? He also announced that he wants to seize voter data from states he deemed vulnerable ahead of the midterms. So basically, you want the names and the addresses of people who voted against you. Tell me that's not a threat to harm Americans for the sin of not voting for you. In summation, we had an 80-year-old con artist who claims that the elections were rigged because he lost, rambling about total nonsense, continuing his attempts to rig the 2026 midterms that sow doubt into the legitimacy of what's very likely to be a significant Democratic win in November, because he's an extremely unpopular and failing president who's desperate to avoid having a Congress actually doing its job by serving co-equal branches of government and a check on abuse of power and blatant corruption. Now, we all know that he was going to do all this, but what's really angering me is that the MAGA, Donald Trump supporters, blindly support your devotion to this pathetic, mentally deceiving fraud, becoming even more sadder each and every day. The worst part about it is that he's relying on you to be stupid enough to believe this crap. And you keep proving him right, and you keep proving people like me right. This was a sitting president telling step by step how he determines to undermine the 2026 midterms with lies and conspiracy theories, and you fell for it. I didn't need to watch this speech, even though I'm repeating talking points that he said, because it's the same sorry, destructive things that he said in 2020 that led to people actually attacking the United States Capitol, screaming to hang the Vice President of the United States because he refused to play the Trump game. And what's really bothering me about all this is that you know it was wrong, but you tuned in anyway because your master, your God, was speaking, telling you everything you wanted to hear. And we already know that Trump is planning to do another January 6th style attack on our country if the Republicans lose the midterms. My advice to all of you, don't do it. Don't do it, because this time, and if you want to take this as a threat, go right ahead. This time, we're wise to your games, and it doesn't matter how many times you scream at Trump. If you lose the midterms, you're done. My advice to you, fuel that plane you got from Qatar and get ready to run as fast as you possibly can away from the United States. CTP, no truth, God bless. Peace to the left, justice to the right. Don't forget to subscribe and share my videos.